Welcome to another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. This is episode 27. Last time we explored the remaining areas that we hadn't been in yet, other than a few, which we're going to be heading to for quests. And we met up with Raphael again, made another deal with him because he loves deals, in exchange for Astarian Scars revelation. Something we're probably going to have to take care of later on, or Astarian might be upset about that. And we woke up Art Kalag, who gave Halsin a reason to go down here. Just chilling out there. Today's episode will focus on Halsin's story. We're going to help him as much as possible.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin.
I want to know what to expect.
Thaniel is trapped in the Shadowfell. But thanks to your efforts, I know where to look. Now I must go there, alone.
And what do you want me to do?
With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here, keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs.
What do you mean, defend it?
The shadows won't be banished without a fight. Once I open the portal, they'll swarm like carrion birds and try to destroy it. You must not let that happen. Let's begin. Whatever happens, do not attempt to enter the portal, and do not let anything interfere with it. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oakfather's favor, to find a way to part the veil. Pray that this works.
Good luck, Halsin.
Father, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
I'll defend it with my life. Alright, 5 turns until Halsin returns. The first time I ever did this, because, you know, when you're playing through blind, it just jumps out at you. You're like, okay, I don't know what to expect. And then you get 5 turns. I think the portal had like 2 HP when Halsin came back in my first playthrough. It was so lucky. But let's get started. Let's kill some wraiths and shadows. Alright, Karlak, obviously you're going to enrage. Taking out the Wraith would be pretty good to do.
What's it gonna take?
I don't know if Karlak can make it all the way to the Wraith, but she can kill this one. She's basically right there, you know. I shouldn't use Cleave or Colossal Onslaught for this. Alright, so with Gale, we're going to use the Scroll of Darkness. Creates a dark shroud of that heavily obscures and blinds creatures within, but creatures cannot make range attacks into or out of. And we're just going to put it on the portal. Because basically all of the cursed mobs go for the portal.
Can't give up.
And if they can't shoot into it, then they have to come to us. Well, that was rude. Help Karlak? Or just get shot, I guess.
More foes. Halsin better get back soon.
Yep. When this happened the first time I was playing through, I was like, they just keep coming. Insane. But nothing too bad to worry about.
Now this is my happy place.
Kill it.
Poor fucker.
Karlak's going to be our front liner. Probably get Shadowheart to run around. Be a bit boring if we just have her stay at the portal, you know? You can actually clear this before the 5 rounds. I think on honor mode I had 2 turns left when I cleared all the mobs. I was not taking any chances.
Gift warriors. Some must have fallen to the curse.
Alright, we've got another Wraith, so let me take care of him real quick. Gotta go back and take care of these shadows. Holy, she just one-shot that. 31 HP was all it had. Gonna do that. Or not. I've never seen how magic missile interacts in darkness, but yeah, pretty badly. Should have expected, honestly. Didn't quite die. Wow. It does put a change in the planes a little bit because they just tripped the gale. But it makes it a bit more interesting. That dog just came up the gale and was like, yo, fall down. See how they just all run for the portal though? I gotta take care of this dog. Cannot allow it to stay here. It's so bright down here because of all the radiating orbs.
Incoming.
Let's get to work, Carlink. Probably want to hit these front ones because they're the low ones. We should take a few out. We need to be able to get Shadowheart to move around without losing Spirit Guardians. Yeah, they just attack the portal. Like, they don't even care about anything else. But we are about to succeed, so I think we'll be alright. I do not want to paralyze and crit the mob that I just killed. We've won the battle. There's still one round. But yeah, it's a pretty cool encounter. I like that one.
Stay focused.
It's done. I have him. But something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be.
Is he dead?
No. But some part of him is missing. He's hollow.
It's not good.
I need to examine him back at the camp. Come see us when you can.
Will do. Somehow he has the blessing of Selûne. Not sure how, considering we haven't done that yet. But thankfully he does, because otherwise he would probably walk off into the distance and die. Check these.
Desperate prayers to Selûne echoing from the past. They did not save him. Thoughts of baby names She did not wish for her firstborn to be named after her mother-in-law. Maldred. Ugh.
Hey, we heard about Maldred in the earlier episode. I think it was like 2 episodes ago.
You glimpse a young harper on the eve of battle against Thorm long ago. He and his comrades toast each other in last light. You can almost feel the heat from the forge. This one was once a blacksmith. You sense a fading echo of the person who once was, a dockhand. He did not ask for this.
I don't think anyone did.
A faded memory of a boy and girl sharing their first kiss. Your own heart almost flutters in tune with theirs.
Just gonna collect all of these alchemy ingredients that these guys are probably gonna drop, because they are pretty good for potions that allow you to crit easier. I do like that they throw all these people at you to see just how bad like the Shadow Curse has been. You know, there's all these Githyanki warriors and harpers. Like, there's probably a lot of people who have lost themselves to the Shadow Curse over the years, you know? Just while we're over here, let's go explore over this way just real quick, because I believe there's a bit more.
Victims of the Shadow Curse. At least they were afforded a burial.
That is true.
It won't budge.
Alec,
Someone caved this flaming fist's face in. Grim.
The corpse has nothing to say.
well, that's sad. Considering they got their face caved in, you know, I'd like to know what they have to say, but... Interesting. Alright, so since we're heading back to camp, might as well take a long rest after that battle anyway.
Thaniel is resting, but it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold.
And can it be undone?
Perhaps. If we can find Thaniel's lost half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else.
Any ideas on how to find this missing half?
No matter how it's been twisted by the shadows, it is still part of Thaniel's essence. It will resemble him somehow and may show signs of his power. Look for signs of life in the darkness, wildflowers where everything else is dead. The curse cannot subdue the power Thaniel bears. Not entirely.
In fact, I saw just the sort before, not long after we first came within reach of the Shadow Curse. Fool that I am, I did not grasp their significance at the time. There is a ruin some way outside of Last Light. I caught a glimpse of fresh blooms there, but did not investigate further. I shall mark it upon your map.
Alright, leave it to me.
This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute... anything. Just say the word.
We will take Halsin with us for his quest. He
Your
can
ranks
come
are
along.
full. You will need to make an opening for me if I'm to follow you.
Hey, I think we've got Halsin about set up. I gave him the Blood of Lathander since we're not using it right now. Someone's got to use it, right? We can also talk to him a bit more. I met a peer of yours, the druid Jaheira. Do you know her?
Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt.
You seem to admire her greatly.
There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. defended the grove. Korga. The Shadow Druids. At least now we can benefit from her presence. And perhaps work to a common goal.
And you spent all these years fighting the Shadow Curse. What happens once it's lifted?
Honestly, I never thought I'd make it that far. But the Absolute is a threat to all, and I promised I'd help you with your parasite. So, I'll remain with you. If you'll have me, that is.
Oh, you'll make a decent workhorse. This camp doesn't haul itself around each day.
I'll help however you wish.
Mate, you got all these big muscles. What do you think you're for? What happened before when the Shadow Curse was unleashed?
Druids and Harpers joined together to put a stop to Ketheric Thorm. We marched on Moonrise, and after much fighting, we prevailed. Even in defeat, though, Ketheric turned to Shah. Not long after we sealed him away in his tomb, the Shadow Curse took hold. No one had seen the likes of it before. No one knew how to react. Then it started to claim all those within its reach. Those who had survived the battles now fell to the shadows, became part of the shadows. And worst of all, I lost contact with Thaniel. I wanted to try and find him, but we couldn't stay. We would have all succumbed. When the Archdruid of the Grove, my predecessor, was seized by the curse, I had to lead the survivors to safety. That was my first day as Archdruid. An inauspicious beginning.
Well, it sounds like you did what you had to do and saved lives.
You are right, but I must not lose focus until everything has been put right. I've wasted too much time already. Years in which nature has suffered.
Alright, let's head out and find what we're looking for.
You could hear nature's symphony in this place. Now, it is quiet. Quiet and dead.
Quiet indeed.
I can make some animal noises if it'll make you feel more at home.
You bleat well enough as it is.
Shadowheart's trying to be edgy with everyone in Act 2, and Halsin finally puts her in her place.
She was no fun. All I wanted was to play. Maybe they
I think there's a creepy kid around here.
Boo! I scared you! I saw it! Nobody beats me at hide and seek.
That's him. Like an echo of Thaniel, remolded by the curse. We need him if we're to put a stop to all of this.
Will you play with me?
In a moment, maybe. Have you seen another little boy? His name is Thaniel.
I don't know anyone called that. Don't ask me again. Now play with me.
Well, I know who you really are and where you really belong. You need to reunite with Thaniel.
Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
Like it or not, you don't belong here.
Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to play with you anymore.
He's scarpered. Well, I suppose it's up to us to find him.
I actually made it to this place on my first playthrough and went through that shadow portal before I had a moon lantern. It didn't go so well. My first playthrough in the Shadow Curse lands definitely had some issues. Oliver's journal. A sad tale. Alright, let's head in. And now we're back here. Outside this secret puzzle entrance. We were here like 2 episodes ago. Now we've got Mummy and Daddy. Strongest Daddy ever and best Mummy ever. Mummy and Daddy need to go.
You should have just left me alone. Spoil my fun. I'll teach you a lesson.
Gale went to sleep. Time to become an owlbear.
There shall be no mercy.
I'm not like a huge fan of Druid in this game. And probably D&D at all because, you know, changing form and all that. I'd rather just do it myself.
On the move.
So the main mechanic of this fight, should explain it, is this night dome that is protecting Oliver. Any damage that you do to the dome is reflected. As you kill these little fiends and shadows that he summons, they do damage to the night dome. So it's an interesting battle. Take out Daddy. Or not. I was hoping to take out Daddy. I'm gonna have to... Man. Fine. I'll use an actual attack. But yeah, it takes out health depending on like the size of the mob and such. So Mummy and Daddy are like 70 HP. The little ones are 10 HP. You can't speed run this. This is one thing I learned early when I was trying to do it without a moon lantern. You can't speed run this fight because there's a certain amount of turns that it takes to get it down. No, Gale.
You want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
Alright. Ah, an owlbear. I have one of those too.
You're supposed to be playing, not breaking things.
I am playing. Take that down.
Spoiling my fun.
Now Shadowheart did take the reflected damage when she charged up there. But she did one-shot the owlbear, so it works out. Missing so many shots.
Why are you doing this? All I wanted to do was play.
Now one thing I have to do with Halsin is dismiss his shape. Otherwise it makes the next cutscene like terrible. We don't want to be dealing with what happens in the next cutscene if you don't dismiss the shape.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here. And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
Halsin, you know what needs to be said better than anyone.
It shall be done. Oliver, nobody is making you leave. This is your home. But it is dark, empty, lonely. I don't want you to be alone. I want you to be with Thaniel.
Why should I go back to him? He abandoned me.
No, you were stolen from each other. Neither of you are to blame. And I know your pain. I truly do. Thaniel was my friend also. I played with him, grew up while he stayed the same. He made me who I am today. And then he was ripped away from me. Same as for you. But you need not be alone any longer. You need not invent friends. Thaniel is back. He's waiting for you.
Fine. I'll do it. It might be nice to be with him again. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
No problem.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
The druid Halsin spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die. Destroy him, so the land may heal. So that I may heal.
Now we need to kill Ketheric Thorm.
Halsin is such a delight. Woe to the cultist who tangles with that thick hunk of an elf.
These lands may not be under the thrall of Lady Shah for much longer. No matter. She wishes for Ketheric Thorm to be punished. Her darkness was a blessing offered before he betrayed her. She can redirect her powers elsewhere once he is cast down.
A savvy move recruiting Halsin to our cause.
Thank you.
While I'm adept at most forms of weave manipulation, druidic magic is not my area of expertise. He will make for a most useful option to have in reserve.
I think I'll enjoy traveling with Halsin.
Why's
Not for
that?
his wit or wisdom. He'll just make an excellent shield if we're attacked.
It is true.
Halsin's proved himself a fine ally already. He'll be useful in battle, if those tree trunk arms are an indication.
Everyone just looking at Halsin like he's a piece of meat. Well, he looks at himself like that sometimes, so not too out of character. That's where we're going to leave this episode. We dealt with the first part of the cleansing of this land. Now all that needs to be done to truly cleanse it is defeat Ketheric Thorm, which probably isn't going to happen for a while. There's still a lot to do before then. Next episode, we're going to head back into Last Light and do something that a lot of people might not like, but narratively, I find it to be the most compelling way to play this game. That's for next episode. Get ready for that. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Thanks for joining me in this episode. Hope you have a great night or day, depending on when you're watching. And I'll see you in the next one.